Supply chain predictions for the summer of 2020. Global supply chains have experienced sweeping disruptions from the COVID-19 pandemic. Drastic drops in demand, factory and logistics shutdowns, raw materials shortages, extreme demand on some items, and near mandatory work from home are just some of the issues that companies have had to face this year. As companies start to open back up and some form of normality is slowly reclaimed, what are the big impacts on supply chains that will be felt throughout the summer of 2020? Carrier capacity and rates. Freight volumes have declined substantially across many equipment types globally. With this drop in freight volume comes increased rate pressure on carriers as there are more trucks available than there are loads to move. The economic restart that is predicted by some to start in Q3 could slowly start to push volumes higher than what they were in Q1 or likely will be in Q2. However, it is unlikely these volumes will be as high as pre-COVID-19 levels. Our prediction is carrier capacity across certain lanes and equipment types will start to tighten throughout the summer of 2020 as manufacturing resumes across many industries. Produce and refrigerated freight have been oddities. In certain geographical locations, we have heard reports that capacity has become tight. However, trends within grocery stores have shown that many people are choosing to purchase non-perishable items or meat instead of fresh fruit and vegetables. Technology adoption. Technology adoption has been pushed to the forefront for businesses as they scramble to prepare a work-from-home solution that allows a decent level of continued productivity. With COVID-19, technology has been leaned upon more heavily than ever before as a way to track shipment delays, manage inventory levels for adjusted demand, and find carrier capacity from a wider range of carriers than was previously able. Our prediction is that all players within the industry will expect a higher level of technology adoption and visibility than before, and will continue to utilize some of the tech offerings that have made their lives easier throughout the COVID-19 crisis. Intermodal. Intermodal volumes have fallen just like nearly all other freight volumes throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, and as with other forms of transportation are somewhat cyclical and will likely start to rise again as imports and manufacturing starts to reopen. As railroads have implemented precision-scheduled railroading, intermodal service metrics have improved and have become extremely reliable. On-time performance has increased substantially, as has overall reliability. We predict that intermodal will become an increasingly popular option for shippers as an alternative to long-haul trucking. Imports and exports. Imports and exports have fallen drastically along with other domestic transportation volumes. Initially, this was caused by the rapid closure of many Chinese manufacturing facilities that provide subassemblies, raw materials, and finished products to U.S. firms. As the COVID-19 pandemic has burned on, factories are still disrupted but are reopening in China, and the drop in imports is now largely driven by the drop in consumer demand, principally among retailers. Exports have also struggled as demand for products has dropped. One unique challenge that has plagued many U.S. exporters is the lack of available ocean shipping containers. Since there are fewer imports, fewer cargo ships are landing in the U.S. and moving their full cargo containers inland to be unloaded. These cargo containers, once unloaded, are then loaded with U.S. exports and shipped overseas. We predict imports and exports to have bottomed out in May and June, and volumes will slowly rise from these lower levels throughout the latter part of the year. How quickly volumes will rise will largely depend on the overall U.S. economic health and the ability for the U.S. population to spend discretionary income on goods. It is impossible to predict with much accuracy what the true outcome will be. However, imports and exports will be closely linked to the greater economic picture. In conclusion, 2020 has thrown the world a curveball no one expected, and has pushed supply chain professionals to think quicker, be more lean, and more resilient than any other time in recent history. For the companies that are able to quickly adopt, maintain healthy business volumes, and utilize the latest in technology offerings, they will emerge from this pandemic stronger than ever and more prepared to take advantage of a fully healthy economy than their competitors. More videos coming along very soon from Zmodal.